Hey loves, this is Bobby and I'm here with another vlog. This is going to be my week 13 vlog, and this one's definitely going to be really different because I am just going to talk about what I read this week in one big clip here because I did not film during the week because who decided they wanted to do 10 readathons? This girl. Who decided that just for the first 4 she's going to have 25 books? This girl. Who decided that instead of reading her giant TBR that she would just reread some of her favorite fan fictions for a few days in a row? This idiot right here. Yeah. So instead of starting my giant massive TBR, I started reading some fan fictions, and next thing I know, 2 days have passed and I hadn't picked up a book yet. So, that was a thing I did. Yeah. I did end up making up for it though. I finally buckled down. I was able to get some audiobooks, so that helped, but I was able to finally, I felt like I catched up. I'm doing pretty well, and I just got, right before I started filming, I got the notification for the library hold for the audiobook for Well of Ascension, and I already had the one for Hero of Ages. The Hero of Ages, there we go. I am so excited. As soon as I finish my current book, I am jumping into both of those back to back. I was planning on starting The Glass Hotel, but nope. I am gonna get my Mistborn on and finish this series, and I feel like that'll make up for a lot of lost room because both of those books are on all 4 of my major TBRs. So there we go. Alright, let's get started. So hopefully I can have a shorter vlog for this week because I still gotta edit it because today is Sunday and I want to get it up tomorrow, but who knows. The first book that I read, this one was for the Monsterathon and for what was it? Stranger Things. I thought I had it on 3, but I only had it on 2. And that is The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. I have never read this book before. I've seen the Tom Cruise movie, but I've never actually read it. The only other book by Wells that I have read is The Invisible Man, because as a kid that was one of my all-time favorite classic monster horror movies. I loved it. So I read that one. I don't even remember like most of it. Like I need to reread that one. I did not know how I was going to feel about this because I am not the biggest fan of classics. I will be loud and proud about that. I give them a shot, but most of the time I'm just not big on them. It's the writing style. Either they are way too descriptive, or they're not descriptive enough, or just language-wise I don't dig. There's just always something I don't end up enjoying when it comes to the, writing and stuff, or even the storytelling of classics. So I really didn't know. When it comes to classic sci-fi, that's another one because it feels either really dated or just, I don't know, I don't care for it. So I was kind of iffy about this one, but I am trying to read more classics, and you know what? I loved it. I will fully say that I loved it. If you don't know what War of the Worlds is about, what the hell, man? What the hell? But this follows the story of it's supposed to be a man, but I did the audiobook, and the audiobook is actually read by a woman. So I read this as the main character being a woman, and she was in a lesbian marriage. So that's what I went for. That's what I got. But this does follow a man who he is recounting his time spent when in London when it is they get first contact with aliens, and at first nothing really happens. Like people just kind of go along their life, day to day at first because they're really slow and nobody really knows what the hell to expect, and they figured, we can kill them easily. Well, lo and behold, these freaking aliens have these giant, they keep saying like tripod, like you can see them on there, type of ship things that start attacking and destroying everything, and he's kind of making his way through London and throughout, you know, the city and everything, trying to find out more. And then at one point he just kind of leaves his wife, which was really weird. But yeah, I liked it. I loved the aliens. I loved the ending. Like, normally an ending like this would feel super abrupt, but it didn't. I feel like if we were attacked by aliens, the ending would either be us winning just super abruptly, like, holy crap, here we go, we figured this out, or, you know, they would kill all of us super abruptly. Like, I don't really feel like it would be like this super drawn out thing. So I really liked the ending, but I loved it. I was so surprised. I'll be the first to admit I didn't know if I was gonna like it going in, but I really, really did. The next one is another one I was not sure about, but I have the entire series. I think I'm only missing the last book, but I have like 6 or 7 of these damn books, and they're taking up room on my shelf. I needed to finally, like, okay, read them. If you like them, keep them. If not, that's a good chunk of books to unhaul. So, and I'm in a very big unhaul type of mode right now. I literally have like 60 books or so that I am going to be unhauling. So yeah, so I was finally, okay, read this, see if you like it. This is a YA vampire series, so I wasn't going in expecting really too much. I honestly thought this was going to be like, you know, Twilight type of cheesy. I wasn't a Twilight fan, ever. Gave the first book a shot, didn't like it. I can't sit here and even really bash it, because I just didn't like it. It's not for me. I don't judge anybody that did like it, but that's kind of what I thought I was going to be getting when it came to this. And you know what? No, this was more Cruel Intentions than it was Twilight. It's very, this takes place in a high school, but honestly it feels like it would have been more of a college, and I feel like if the author would have went for that college setting, she could have done so much more with it. But that is Blue Bloods by Melissa Dela Cruz. This takes place in the upper high society of New York. The only thing I can say about this, though, is it does feel dated because there is a lot of pop culture references and stuff. So, honestly, it just kind of takes me back to me being almost a teenager, or just like out of high school type of thing. I don't even know what year this was written in, but it does feel, that's the only thing I feel about when 2006. Yes, so I was just about getting ready to graduate from high school. So this feels very high school for me. So I don't know if maybe that has to do with why I didn't mind it too much being set in high school, but this follows the story of a girl named Skylar, and we do have multiple point of views through here. She goes to this upper rich academy type of school, and you know, her grandmother is very secretive. Her mother is in a coma. She has 2 friends that they are the kind of outcasts almost of the school, and there is the popular group and stuff like that. She ends up talking to the popular boy, and they kind of get a connection and stuff, and then she later finds out that she is a blue blood, which is a vampire, and so is he, and it kind of just unravels this whole world. We also have another character who she is also a vampire, and then another one who is the sister, the twin sister to the love interest. I will tell you, because I was not told, and it doesn't say anything anywhere, but this is kind of heavy on the incest. It's a little, an incest kind of relationship between twins, so yeah, didn't see that coming. But you don't get anything explicit. It's more of just the way they are around each other, and it just feels very but I did genuinely really enjoy this. Like I said, this is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. The one thing I can say about this is that we actually get history of vampires in here, tying it to historical events. They mention the Croatoan and all that, and then so it builds up, like them coming on the Mayflower to America, and you know, they're being followed, and that's when we kind of eventually find out, you know, what they're being followed by, and these other type of vampires that are around. This also has ties to angels and demons, and it is really good. I liked it. I am definitely going to be picking up the second book. I mean, I already have it, but I'm for the Nancy Drew readathon that I want to do later in the month, one of the prompts is to read a book featuring a masquerade or a ball. The second book is literally named Masquerade, so I'm going to be picking that one up hopefully later this month. But I really enjoyed this. If you dig vampires, I recommend it fully. So yeah, there we go. Another very big surprise for me. The next one, ooh, I loved it. And I'm officially caught up on the series, and it makes me sad, but that is In an Absent Dream by Seanan Mcguire. This is the story of Lundy. If you've read the series, Lundy is a character that we only meet in the very first book, Every Heart a Doorway. So I wasn't really attached to her, but so I didn't really know what, I haven't really known about going into any of these. I've gone in blind for every single one of them. But when I found out that this one was about Lundy, I was kind of like, I don't know, because she's a very straight-laced type of character. So I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. Third time, I was completely taken by surprise. I loved this one so much. I adore Lundy. And the thing is that since we meet Lundy in the first book, she's already had her adventure into her world, which is a goblin market. And so we know what's going to happen to her before we read this. So you know who she is and kind of her personality, but to find out why she is that way and to find out how she ended up at the school is just, it broke my heart. This book got me so emotional for her. Like, I was not prepared. And I will put this down. This has my favorite world so far of every book. I thought Sumi's Beneath the Sugar Sky, I thought that was going to be my favorite world, but you know what, the Goblin Market, I freaking loved every moment that we got to see it. And just seeing though Lundy grow up and have to deal with this, I loved it. I haven't been able to pick a favorite of the series yet. I was kind of thinking maybe book 2, but you know what, it might be this one now. I'm not sure still. They've all been 5 stars for me, so it's kind of hard for me to pick a favorite, but this one just pulled at me for this. Just something, and this is the one that after reading all of them has stuck with me the most, because this is the one where I love the world the most. But read this series if you haven't yet. It is wonderful, and the books are so short that you can honestly read the entire series so far in like a day if you try. But yeah, my heart. The next one is the final book that is currently out for the Wayward Children series, and that is Come Tumbling Down by Seanan Mcguire. This one we get introduced to the characters of Jack again. I love Jack. Jack is probably one of my favorite characters. I can't pick a favorite book yet, but favorite character wise is probably a toss-up between Jack and Cade. I love both of them so much, and I love that we got introduced to her again. And I loved this one because she's another one where they have one of my favorite worlds, just for the fact that they come from the moors, or Jack comes from the moor, and that is like a classic horror movie type of setting, like think Dracula, Frankenstein type of thing, and I love those type of movies and stuff. So this is the world where I was able to just picture so vividly, and I loved the story. And then we get LGBT rep in here since Jack is in a sapphic relationship, and I loved it. And then we got the full cast of characters again for the most part, since In an Absent Dream is just Lundy's story before she comes to the school. So this one follows, jumps back to like the present. So we get the rest of the kids, and I loved it. It was so good. And there's only one more book left in the series that is not out yet, and you better believe that thing is getting pre-ordered because I need it, and I need to know what's going to happen. And I'm so sad because I don't want it to end. I don't. The next book. I'm going to try and keep this a little shorter because I'm going to get really freaking angry, because I was really freaking angry while reading it. Okay. The book I'm going to talk about is the last book that I have currently finished for this week, and that is It's Not Like It's a Secret by Misa Segura. I thought this was going to be a cute, this is another LGBT book. The main romance in here is a sapphic romance. And I thought it was going to be cute, sapphic, kind of contemporary with, like a coming out type of thing. Plus, the main couple are both women of color. We have Sana, who is Japanese, and we have Jamie, who is Mexican. So I was like, yes, holy crap, yes. As a Latina myself, I was on board for this shit. And it was cute. It was cute for a little less than half. I really liked the main character, Sana. I listened to the audiobook for this, and let me tell you, if it wasn't for the audiobook, I wouldn't have finished this book because I wanted to burn it. Yeah, that's how deep my hatred ended up for this fucking book. It started off cute. We got, she lives in, I don't know if it's Nebraska or some shit like that. And she gets told by her mom out of the blue that they are going to be moving to California. She has to uproot her entire life. When she finds this out, we start finding out that Sana is keeping a lot of secrets. She thinks her dad might be having an affair. She believes that she has a crush on her best child, her best friend, who is a girl, but she doesn't know if she's a lesbian or if this is just, I like her type of thing. She has a lot of secrets, and when they do end up uplifting their whole life and moving to California, she ends up meeting Jamie, and joining the track team, and gets to know her, and she really likes her, and they start this really cute relationship. It's a lot of will they, won't they at first. Their interactions are really cute. And then, okay. And then the racial shit starts. Ho. I don't know if this is because I am a Latina, Mexican, I'm Mexican American, and there is a lot of racial shit against Mexicans in this book, and it felt like at first Misa Segura was going to actually dive into the fact that even within, people of color, there is still a lot of racial tension between different races. I will fully say that yes, Hispanics have a lot of racial issues when it comes to Black people, when it comes to Asian people. It is something that happens. I thought we were going to dive into that when it's brought up those issues. So I was intrigued. What we ended up getting is Sana's mom, who is Japanese, talking constantly about how Mexicans are dirty, lazy, stupid, criminals. Yeah, Sana just tells her mom, you can't say that. And then her mom just keeps on going, and it's brought up multiple fucking times. So nice to know that, oh yeah, thank you for that. And then there is a confrontation between Sana and Jamie and Jamie's friends. Jamie's friends are all Mexican. That's the one thing about this book that got me, is that the groups were all the Asian kids were all just friends, all the Mexican kids were just friends, all the white kids were just friends. There was no intermingling. I'm sorry, this is California. I live in California. I have always lived in California. I went to high school in California. It is one of the biggest fucking mixing pots ever. Yeah, there are groups where, I'm not gonna say there's not, but for the most part, most high schools are very mixed together. This, I don't know if she's ever been to in high school. Apparently she's a high school teacher, so I don't know. But yeah, my group of friends alone, we had everybody mixed together, so that kind of irritated me. But when she has the confrontation with Jamie and Jamie's friends, she goes on this incredibly racist tangent for about 6 pages. Just talking about every stereotype that her mother believes. She literally tells her Mexican girlfriend, and her Mexican girlfriend's Mexican, friends that they are a bunch of lowlives that deserve to be stereotyped by the teachers, because one of the girls in the group, Christina, she is a straight A student, but if she messes up at all, the teachers right away that she is a lazy Mexican. Sana literally says, well, if you did turn in your homework on time, you wouldn't be called a lazy Mexican. The girl Christina is working like a full-time fucking job, is in nothing but honors class, but you know, she's a lazy Mexican. So yeah, and like I said, it's a full-on fucking tangent for about 4 pages or so of her just spewing racist fucking bullshit. And then, if she would have done some deep soul searching and stuff and kind of like, you know, I am racist, I think these things. No, she just says, oh, I didn't mean it, and then they get back together. I'm sorry, but if I am with someone, I don't care who the fuck you are, and I don't care what fucking race you are. But if you go on a tangent and call me and my friends a bunch of lowlives because of our race, I am not going to get back with you. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you are the epitome of everything I would want in a person. But if you have those type of views, I'm sorry, and it's never brought up again. Like, it is just forgotten. Jamie just forgets it, and Jamie is like talked about in here like she is this proud Latina and all this stuff. She's part of the Mexican American like club at school and all this. She's very deep into her heritage in this, and then she just fucking forgives Sana because why? I don't know, because she doesn't actually ever say that she's fully sorry. She has this romantic shit at the end, but does not bring it up again. Her friends just automatically fucking forgive her. I'm sorry, but if you're going to write a book that deals with racial shit like that, and you go on a fucking tangent going against a racial group like that, and then you just make your character be forgiven, but you can write a 400 almost page book talking about how cute their romance is, I'm sorry, don't do it. Don't. Leave other races out of your fucking shit. Said I wasn't gonna go on a tangent, but there it went. I'm just very fucking angry about this book. And like I said, it's not a short book. It's almost 400 pages. And there is so many subplots to this fucking book for some reason. I don't know why. Her dad, she thinks is cheating. She starts spying on him. And then this does feature the main character cheating on her girlfriend. So if you do not like cheating, sorry, that is a spoiler, but I know a lot of people do not like that. I don't like that. If I would have known that going in, I wouldn't have fucking read this as well. Between that and the racial shit, and no, this book got 1 fucking star from me, and it's lucky it got that, because I can't give it 0 stars and it get rated anything on Goodreads. So yeah, but yeah, there is so many different fucking plots. And then when you do find out the whole situation with her parents, yeah, that was another fucking bullshit plot. Like, this book is terrible. I usually tell people like, oh, I didn't like it, but you should give it a try. Don't fucking read this book. Don't fucking do it. If you are a fucking Latina, don't read this damn book. Just do not read it. I will be unhauling this. I don't even want to keep it on my shelf to do the my wrap up for the month, even though we're only in the first week. I don't want to keep it because just looking at it makes me fucking angry. So there we go. I'm sorry about that. I'm really not, though. And finally, the book that I am currently reading, I'm about halfway through it. I'm hoping to get in some more before I go to bed. I'm listening to the audiobook for it. I went in such high hopes. This author's first book is one of my all-time favorite books. It is currently on this shelf right here. It is one of only 4 books in my entire life that has ever made me cry. So, to say I went in with high hopes is very much an understatement, but I did. And that is Cersei by Madeleine Miller. I am just about halfway. I don't think I've updated my spot in there because I think I am just past halfway on the audiobook. I was expecting the very beautiful, flowery, flowy writing of Song of Achilles. Like I said, that book, I read that book 5 years ago, I think. I'm still not over that book. I'm still like an emotional mess because of that book. I look at that book and I just like want to cry. So I was expecting that from this. Cersei feels very flat. I started by reading it because I read physically Song of Achilles, so I wanted to read this one, but I just couldn't. I was struggling with it. It felt very flat. I felt like I was in history class. Like, that's what this feels like to me. So I switched over to the audiobook. Hopefully, okay, maybe, you know, this will make it a little easier. I've noticed if I'm struggling with the book, writing wise, if I switch to an audiobook, I tend to enjoy it a little more. This is very flat for me. Like, everything that's going on just feels like I'm being told. I'm not being told a story, I'm being told, like, facts, basically, is what it feels like. Like I said, it feels like I'm in history class. And it's killing me because I want to like it. And every time it does start picking up for me and I start enjoying it a little more, it falls flat again. I'm enjoying the interactions and the way she's tying in everything and the way we're moving through all of it. I really like. But I don't feel like I'm connecting at all with the world or with Cersei, and I want to connect with Cersei. And it's just because I love Greek mythology. Full honestly, I wasn't that familiar with Cersei's story, just like here and there. I read a lot of like the Greek myths and stuff when I was really young, so I don't remember a lot of them, but I was very high hopes, and it's just falling so flat for me. I'm still holding out hope that it starts picking up, and I enjoy it more, hopefully, for the second half, but so far, like I said, I just feel like I'm being told everything instead of being woven the story. I think that's the best way to put it. I'm being told instead of the story being woven around everything. And like I said, I don't know if it's just because Song of Achilles stuck with me so deep, like I said, 5 years later, and I still feel like I can cry just looking at the book. And I just don't have the connection with this, and I wanted the connection. So yeah, this is it's making me sad. But there we go. That is my week of reading. Like I said, I've done really well. I don't know if I might stick with this one kind of update thing or not. I kind of like this, but I also still like my kind of day-to-day updates because it does keep me on track. Since I wasn't doing the day-to-day updates, that's when I started reading the damn fan fiction and fell behind, but I think I caught up pretty well. And then, like I said, the next two books that I want to read are the second and third book from Mistborn, which are the two biggest books on this TBR, and I feel like if I can get through those within, I'm hoping for 4 days, so I can do 2 days each. I made it through the Final Empire and Elantris in about a day and a half or so, so I think it's doable. And then I am doing the audiobooks for those because I genuinely just really loved the audiobook for Final Empire. Like, the narrator is like wonderful. So yeah, those will be the next two as soon as I finish Cersei. I was planning on the Glass Hotel, because I always feel like an asshole holding on to the holds when they're there, and other people can get to them, but I don't trust other people to be done with them in a timely manner, because they're not. Some people take like the entire 21 days to hold the book. So I'm going to be that asshole right now. But yeah, there's my week. Like I said, I caught up. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I still got, this is my, right here is my reading for the month so far for the 4 what you call it, month-long TBRs. I have some books right behind these. That's where I think it's just the what you call it, 2 Mistborns that are behind. But yeah, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good. These are all for this month so far, because I've got to check the dates for the week-long ones that I want to do, because I have not done those TBRs yet. So yeah, there we go. That's what's what. I'm Bobby, as always. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you guys next week. And as always, happy reading. Bye.